Hi everyone! Today's video is gonna be about my most recent resin crafts. This one is for Nightmare Skelekawi 86 with her requested letter A and colors green and pink. This is going to be another keychain since I don't have that many other forms I can use yet, but I'm sure I can expand my collection in the future. I had to speed up this video by quite a lot because it is very time consuming since I'm still new to it and I just want to be really careful with the little amount of things that I have. In this case, I've tried something different. I attempted to mix colors in the letter this time, but they're still separated in a way, which is why I didn't really mix the glitter in the cup. I also wanted to see if I could have something that looks like a background without covering the glitter inside the solid colors. So I hope that you'll like how it turned out anyway, because it was another experiment that I haven't done this way before. I'm using resin color pigments here. They're really easy to mix together and it actually looks quite mesmerizing. It's super satisfying for some reason, even the pink color that is usually not my favorite color in general. It has some kind of gloss to it that is really nice to look at. I've been using different kinds of forms to pour in the colored resin, which will be added to the keychain. I waited a little bit longer with the pouring because the resin was rather thick more than liquid, so that's mostly why it took so long to get it done. Because I had to make sure there aren't any air bubbles in it, otherwise they obviously turn out like holes. Why can't I speak? I need to repeat every sentence like 3 times. Fuck's sake. I used the leftover resin that I had to just put into tiny forms like a heart or a star or something, because I don't like wasting materials. Unfortunately, I had way too much pink and only a little amount of green, so that's why most of the additions are pink here, but I hope she won't mind it. I have been using wooden sticks or toothpicks to try and get rid of the bubbles and help even things out, but the resin generally should be self-leveling, so you just need to make sure that you have your things on an even surface for drying. You should always wear gloves, but I eventually took them off because they were way too big, and I tried to be really careful instead so I wouldn't get any resin on myself or anywhere else. I tried to have some kind of a smooth transition between the two colors while having the clear resin at the front and the more solid color at the back. The bottom part of the pour is gonna be the front side when it's done. The next day I was able to take out the letter A, turned out pretty good, especially from the front. I started building in the necessary things to make it a keychain, which is fairly easy to drill into the letter, about 12 hours or more, just after the resin has fully cured. This has been taking quite some time because the silver rings are pretty small and I'm always trying to make it look perfect with the given things. Here I've been taking out the other things. Unfortunately, I noticed that I didn't mix the resin and the hardener properly, so they turned out to be slightly soft and a bit bendable. I do have measuring cups, but with such small amounts it's not that easy to have it exactly at 1:1 ratio, because I only used like 5 to 10 milliliters of each. Some of the edges weren't very even, because I didn't fill the resin up to the top of the form, because I'm adding another layer with pictures later. I've been sanding it down so it's even and smooth, so I can continue working on it. The next thing I did was to look for holographic stickers that I think she'd like, considering that she has Nightmare and Skelly in her name, and looking at her stream overlays and her background in the cam frame, she really likes Halloween themed things. Then I needed to put clear resin on top of that, so it wouldn't just fall off, but be connected to the main piece. On top of the A, I put another thin layer of clear resin just to make sure that the keychain wouldn't fall off, just in case. And with the leftover resin, I did something random again and just used it for another form that I can use for another keychain. Now it's just a matter of choosing which pieces I want to put together so it looks nice, but it also shouldn't be too much, considering that the letter is fairly big already. I still have to figure out how much it costs to ship those things to different countries, so she won't be receiving them anytime soon. I also still need to figure out a better way to record. You have no idea how painful that was to edit, because my phone's video quality was so high, and my PC was way too slow to process it, and it was painful to rewatch without having it lag and so on. So here are some more examples of what I've done. I can use those things for future crafts or just leave them as they are. Anyway, here it is. I hope it turned out okay, because the resolution isn't even correct, so it looks very close up and sometimes out of focus. So yeah, if anybody else is interested in having custom-made keychains, let me know and I'll try to figure something out for the future. But for now, I would like to thank you for watching my video. Who's calling me? I normally stream on Twitch from Monday to Friday, 2 to 6 PM GMT +1. If you want to see my schedule in your time zone, then you can check out the schedule link in the description below. See you next Friday. Bye 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 bye.